Welcome back, everyone, to the Kansas City Royals franchise here on MLB The Show 21. Guys, we're currently up on the Brew Crew 3-1. I had this entire episode ready for you guys to show you, and I just did the most rookie move you could possibly do. The video was uploading to YouTube. I had done the commentary, I had edited everything. Everything was going good, going smooth, and then I uploaded the video to YouTube. It was in processing. It was ready to go. It was in YouTube's hands. But then I deleted the raw file, and then I deleted it from my recycling bin, which pretty much means that it's gone. I tried to download some, and I even paid for a software that actually helps you recover permanently, quote-unquote, permanently deleted files. Well, it never did come back. So anyway, we won this game 3-1 against Brandon Woodruff. I don't think he wasn't necessarily that good. Until the latter part of the game. Little box score for you. We had 11 strikeouts on those Brew Crew batters. Brian Hayes actually struck out 3 times in this game, so it was kind of a rough day for him. He had an error, threw over CJ Cron's head. I think it was CJ Cron that started today. Yeah, CJ Cron was right there in your box score. But Woodruff had 8 strikeouts, so maybe I take that back. I'm not remembering it correctly, but I think we had a situation in like the first inning, I think, or the second inning, where we were really getting to him, and then he just settled down after that. So that must have been what it was. But 8 strikeouts. Daniel Lynch was dominant. 10 strikeouts in this game, 6 1/3. Shane Baz came through and got the hold, and then Stelmont here with the save. So that gave us a 3-1 victory. Now we were trying to shut it down. We were trying to close it off. And we lost 3-0. So Adrian Hauser, I think he gave up 1 hit. Yeah, we got 1 hit in this game. So I could not do anything against the sinker baller, Adrian Hauser. Merrifield, nothing. Benny, nothing. Marte, nothing. Baez, 2 strikeouts. Brian Hayes was the only guy to get a hit. And I think it was an infield single. So, yeah, of all people, Adrian Hauser was shutting us down for 8 1/3. So he could have went the distance and gotten a no-hitter had he not given up the hit to Brian Hayes. Now, I will tell you, he didn't have a no-hitter going into 8. He didn't have a no-hitter going into 7. I think we got the hit early on in the game, but we just could not settle it down and figure him out. He throws a sinker ball. As you know, sinker ballers are OP in MLB The Show. But guys, we have one last chance to win the World Series at home in front of the KC fans. Otherwise, we got to go to Milwaukee, and who knows what will happen there, right? So we got Corbin Burns, we got Freddie Peralta, 2 of their best pitchers, and now they're actually going with Aaron Ashby in this game. Now, if it were me, if I could be in charge of their roster and their pitching rotation, I would purposefully put in Burns or Peralta, but I don't think that I can do that. Let's see if I can. No, shoot. Let's see if I can actually do that. Because I want a little bit of a challenge here. I don't want them starting. No, I can't. I can't do it. So I don't think I can even, user control another team at this point. So it is what it is. They're going to go with Aaron Ashby. CPU is going to CPU. I personally think they need to go with their ace. This is a must-win game unless they trust Aaron Ashby, of all people. Let's take a look at his numbers here really quick before we dive into the game. Through the MLB season this year, 6-11, 5 ERA, 1.63, 6 quality starts in 32 games started. So I like our chances. So we'll see how it goes. But guys, see you in the gameplay. All right, here we go, guys. Game number 5, up 3-1, 2023 World Series. One more win. That's all we need against the Milwaukee Brewers. That's it. We're going to be behind our home crowd. They're going to get us going. They're going to get us all fired up and ready to go. We got our ace out on the mound here tonight, Jose Berrios, and off to the races we go. 1 batter up, 1 strikeout down for Berrios. Line drive back to Javi Baez, but he can't make the catch on the liner. Must have had a little tail to it, I guess, right off the lefty. Might have been breaking away from him. Either way, it was a tough grab for Javi, who normally makes those plays, but he dropped it there. Will go down as an infield single for Nimmo. We got Yelich up, hits a base hit. Trevor Story's going to strike out, and then we got ourselves a tough ball here, but Whit Merrifield the good second baseman that he is, can play a little outfield. So he's got that in his game, in his repertoire there, in his back pocket. He pulls one out right there. So nice catch by Witt to end the inning. Now, I don't know how in the world he pulled this thing and kept it fair. I have no idea. You see the PCI? It's crazy. But we'll take the base hit. Now, Whit Merrifield's taking off for second base here, trying to steal. He's going to get thrown out. That's going to leave the bases empty now for Brian Hayes, who sends this ball into the right center field gap. That's going to get down. Good for extra bases. That definitely would have scored Whit Merrifield with either a successful stolen base attempt or if he just stayed at first, because it's a triple by Brian Hayes. Ugh, man. Well, at least Ketel Marte, with one down, gets the job done. So this deep fly ball is going to get that job done. So he's going to score. That's Brian Hayes with that 68 speed. That's good enough speed to get in there, and we are up 1-0. Now look at Javi Baez. Remember, he had that line drive to him. Well, he's going to hot shot this thing right at Dana Robertson, but he makes the play. Now let's jump all the way to the bottom of the third inning. We have Mabrys Valoria, who got on with a single. Whit Merrifield comes up here as the leadoff hitter. Maybe we could have set Mabrys there, but if he gets gunned down, now we've really shot ourselves in the foot there. But Brian Hayes comes up, sends a ground ball, hot shot here to Trevor Story. He's going to bobble it just a little bit, but that strong arm gets his man at first base, and that's going to score another run. They will elect to trade the run for the out, and then the next batter up is going to hot shot this thing right at Aaron Ashby, who makes the play. So that's Ketel Marte, by the way. So I would have really liked that ball to get through the infield, but no such luck. All right, so we can see that Jose Berrios is starting to feel it in this game. It's still 2-0 here, but in the top of the sixth, we're already in the top of the sixth, guys. No action to speak of here for either team, other than right now. We've got a 0-0 pitch here. I'm going to show you the whole sequence because this is a crucial at-bat for both teams here. So Berrios has got a clutch up here against their best hitter, Christian Yelich, one of the league's best hitters in Christian Yelich. And you know what? The Brewers, they need him right here. They really need him to come through either with a home run or just a base knock in general. It's 2 down at this point. It's a very, very clutch situation, but Berrios is kind of messing around here a little bit. 3-1 pitch, and he's going to go with a changeup that Yelich actually checks swings at it. So why not go for it again? There you go. Good pitch sequence by Jose Berrios. He strikes out Yelich. That is a mano-a-mano matchup right there. And Berrios wins the battle. So let's go to the bottom of the sixth. Ketel Marte flying out here to Brandon Nimmo. Let's jump here to the top of the seventh as Willie Adames draws a walk. And now with 1 down and 1 runner on, we got Mike Ford coming up, and that is a clutch ground ball. And now, through 7, the fans are starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it in their bones that this could possibly mean a World Series title. We've been working through this for the last 3 seasons in this franchise series. Had a couple of heartbreaks against the Yankees, namely against those Yankees. But we've moved past them, obviously, and now we're here. We got a bunch of moves that we made, guys, getting Jose Berrios, Ketel Marte, just building around that young core. We're going to need some insurance, though, from one of our longtime Royals, Adalberto Mondesi. See you later. Solo home run. It's going to be 3-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and that just pads the lead for the Royals. The writing's on the wall for Milwaukee, and the fans know it. The fans are going crazy at the K. Oh, baby. Let's take one more look here at that swing. Mondesi got all of it. That's his first home run of the postseason, and it couldn't have come at a more clutch at-bat. Take a look at that. Just in that wheelhouse. He likes the ball low. He's a good low ball hitter. And now, guys, we're jumping to the top of the 9th inning. Can Kyle Zimmer shut it down? Josh Stalmont has been used heavily in the last 2 games. He's about 50% health right now. He could pretty much only get 1 or 2 batters. That's not a situation I want because you get a reliever in there, they got to go 3 guys. So Stalmont is just not prepared for this. You need him to come in at like 2 outs or something in a jam if you absolutely need it. But guys, Zimmer, he's good enough. He's good enough. He can get the job done. He's got 1 down. Berrios today was fantastic. 8 innings, 8 strikeouts. He was great. First pitch swinging is Brandon Nimmo. Ground ball here to to Javi Baez. 2 down. We have one more out. One more measly little out. And it's got to come against their best hitter, Christian Yelich. Can we get the job done? Kyle Zimmer, curveball. Wasn't looking for it. He takes it right down Broadway. All right, Kyle, what do you got going on here? He's going to go with another curveball here to see if he can get him to chase. He does. Trying to protect, don't try to get another curveball right past you. So he's going to foul this thing off. We're going to go fastball here. He's going to foul this thing off. And now you're thinking maybe high fastball possibly? High fastball? No, we're going to go with another breaking pitch here. And this one is going to be fouled off as well. So still 0-2. And we're going to go high fastball to try to put Christian Yelich away. Swing and a miss! The Royals will finish the job and win the World Series in 2023. Congratulations to Kansas City. All the work that was done here in this franchise series to build a competitive roster, a young roster, adding some veteran pieces such as C.J. Cron that you guys voted on and you guys wanted to bring him in. Sticking with guys like Ryan O'Hearn, Nicky Lopez, Mondesi, shifting him around all over the infield. Of course, we can't mention this team without mentioning the addition of Ketel Marte this past offseason and Jose Berrios. We cannot forget those guys. Those were instrumental pieces as to why this team won this thing. And again, just sticking with some of the younger players, like Brady Singer, Daniel Lynch needs to be mentioned in here as well. Chris Bubic. Like, these are guys that we possibly, if we really wanted to build this thing quick and easy way, we would have gotten rid of them, right? We would have traded them away for pieces that would help us in the now, but we stuck with them throughout this whole series, and they became integral pieces as to why we're champions here in year number 3 of this franchise series. So the Royals win the World Series, guys. Awesome work. You guys were a part of it too. Don't think you're not. I got to give you guys credit too for being a part of the voting for trades in the past 2 seasons as well. So guys that we would acquire through trade and free agency. So awesome job by you guys as viewers. And Maybers Valoria going to win the MVP for the World Series. I think that's great for his confidence. I think that's great for his development, especially given the fact that when Salvador Perez went down, he was having a great season. And he went down, and we started really skidding. We started really falling behind. Barely made the playoffs. Had to play that game 163 just to get in against the White Sox. Then to get in the wild card game, having to win that. Man, so our backs were pushed up against the wall here in this season, in 2023. But man, this team was special. This team was gritty, grindy, yet talented, and we got it done. So awesome job by Kansas City. I will be showing you guys the off-season in this video. We got about 20 more minutes left in this video, just talking about off-season moves for this year 4, pretty much. Kind of the moves that I wanted to make to prepare for the final season of simulation. So year 4 was entirely simmed, and I'll let you guys see like what happened. Did we repeat? Did we come close? Was it all gameplay? Was it not? Were we not as good in simulation? Like, are we actually a good franchise at a good organization or not? So a couple things that are happening up on your screen, like Jordan Montgomery is up for contract renegotiation. I'm deciding not to bring him back. So he was a nice little trade piece, kind of like to be a bridge guy. So James Paxton I knew was a little older. Cueto was older. Remember when we signed them to prepare for year 2, they were going to be guys, veteran arms, to be like the 4 or 5 starters of this rotation, to kind of give those younger guys a chance in the bullpen, like Lynch, like Bubic, like Jackson Kowar. So Cueto and Paxton were just both the older guys, and I needed to find someone that can be a bridge, a better bridge than what those 2 guys are going to give us, because regression was going to happen. So I don't know. I wasn't impressed with Jordan Montgomery's simulation stats in gameplay. He gave up a lot of runs as well. I wasn't comfortable playing with him either. Had a 4.7 ERA, so I figured why not just let him go at this point, right? So we've got a really young pitching staff as it is. Lynch is up to an 84. You got Shane Baz coming up. You've got Cade Cavalli coming up, both young guys. Bubic, Lynch, like guys that I've already mentioned. So why not give them a chance here in simulation here for year number 4? Now, we did offer Mabry's Valoria a big contract. So he was a World Series MVP. He's going to be our future at catcher. Why not offer him a long-term deal? Salvy's going to be with us for the next 2 seasons. He's under contract for the next 2 seasons, but Mabry's is the future at that position. And he's shown that he can handle it. He's shown that he can handle it, right? So he's ready for it. So we're going to offer him a contract, sign him up. Kyle Zimmer offered him another deal. Ryan O'Hearn, I'm going to let go. I think Ryan O'Hearn was great for us for the last couple of seasons, but, you know, he kind of reverted back to what I was afraid of. So a lot of home runs, a lot of extra base power, but not a lot of batting average. 211. It's not something that I can really deal with. But there's your list of starting pitchers, guys. We're looking pretty good. We're youthful still at starting pitching, so I don't think I'm really going to address that and spend the money there through free agency. What I think we're going to do is we're going to address first base. So obviously when you're letting go of a guy like Ryan O'Hearn, that's a lot of power that you're missing, but we've got money to spend at that position. So CJ Cron is also a free agent. So first base is like a major need for us. And at 30 years old, a left-handed hitter, Matt Olson. Matt Olson's my guy. Now, Rafael Devers can play first. I believe Paul DeJong can play first. I could be wrong about that. But Max Muncy was a guy that's up on that list as well. Bellinger, you could spend the money on Belly. Just winning a World Series. He might want to come over to Kansas City. But a guy that's been living in LA for a long time, I don't think that's just a move that he wants to make, right? He'll probably want to go somewhere like New York, where the porch is short, put up the numbers, be the star, Washington, something like that maybe. So we'll see where Belly goes. I think we find out where he goes. But I forget. I did this a couple nights ago. I forget, guys. I'm doing this live at this point. So Franchy Cordero, I don't know. Batting average-wise, 244. The overall's nice. Tapia, the overall's nice there too. 75-81 contact. But, I'm looking just for outfield depth at this point. I don't want to take a job away from somebody. I got Benintendi as an 88, moving up towards a 90 with A potential. You got Mondesi patrolling center field. You got Ketel Marte out there. So, defensively, Tapia, Bader, all those guys would be good for this team. But, I think we need some offense. You know what I mean? I don't think we need a whole lot of defense. Our defense is pretty darn good in the infield. It's acceptable in the outfield right now. So I'm looking at offensive-minded weapons, offensive-minded players. If they can play a little bit of defense, it helps. Like Rafael Devers would be nice to have. He's a third baseman, first baseman. He would be nice to have. But, he's asking for $22 million. I mean, you get what you pay for, but I'm looking at first base options like Max Muncy, who, wouldn't be asking for a whole ton of money. You got Matt Olson up here as well that's asking for about $12+ million. I think that would just be the smarter move for us. He's got 99 power against righties, 60 against lefties. I think he fits with us. I think we're not losing anything, in my opinion. Remember, we had our lefty specialist, our lefty hitting specialist with Ryan O'Hearn. So now that he's gone, you're basically kind of getting a better player of Ryan O'Hearn in Matt Olson. So I think Matt Olson signing would be great for us. Now, Josh Hader actually played for Milwaukee. Milwaukee's trying to re-sign him. So he's testing free agency, but he goes with us. So it's like if you can't beat him, join him, right? So Josh Hader comes over, chasing a ring. Gotta love that. So he's going to be our closer, our primary closer. You got Stalmont there. He's actually losing a little bit of overall right now, losing a little bit of potential. It's kind of interesting to me. He puts up really good numbers, so I don't know why. Maybe it's an age thing, but the show just is kind of regressing him a little bit, which again I don't understand necessarily all of that, but yeah, so we're going to pair him up with Josh Stalmont. So we got a lefty and a righty at the back end of the bullpen. It's going to be pretty nasty. I love that pairing. And then I think it was just a smart thing to do just because Kyle Zimmer's now gone. So with Zimmer gone, we don't have our true closer, and then Stalmont would be the guy that's asked to do it all in that situation. So I think that was a smart move to go after closer and then first base, 2 positions of guys that were kind of on the fence that we ended up letting go. So we needed depth there. We did more than just go after depth. We got really good players back in Hader and Olson, plus we had the cap space in order to do it. I say cap space, but I mean salary. I mean money available to go buy those players. Baseball's a lot different. Hunter Dozier has been a player that ever since I took over the Royals here in this franchise series, I've always tried to find a way to either give him a chance or get rid of him. And I finally found a way to do it. So remember, guys, I was looking for outfield depth. Well, we're going to go get Ben Gamel. He's a specialist at hitting right-handers. So he's got a 90-plus overall rating hitting right-handers, and he's going to be kind of that guy as a pretty decent little outfielder for us. We ended up signing Mickey Moniak. I've always loved Mickey Moniak when he was drafted by the Phillies. Had a ton of potential. I'm really hoping that he kind of works out for us as another depth piece in the outfield for us. And we also signed another player with a really high potential, with a B potential in the free agents as well. So a young player to give us outfield depth in the minor league system. Now, in the Rule 5 draft, I don't think I've really utilized the Rule 5 draft in this franchise series, but Austin Hendrick is a pretty darn good player. He's a top 50 prospect, 22 years old, A potential at 68, more outfield depth, in my opinion. Now, his peripheral numbers and his overall, the circle there, are not very good. He's a well-balanced player, but he's got some things to work on as far as power goes, his average goes. He's a little bit of a project, but he's 22, A potential. Like, you know what you're going to get out of it. So we're going to give him a chance. He's going to be at the big league level. Now, the thing with the Rule 5 is he has to stay at your big league level no matter what. You can't send him down. You can't cut him. You can't do anything. He's with you. He's stuck with you. He's taking up a roster spot. So whether we play him or not doesn't matter. He could just sit the bench the whole entire season, but at least he's on the big league club. Spring training numbers, you guys saw a little preview there, but here's what our contract negotiations are looking like going into year number 5. So this is year 4 currently, but after year 4, Benintendi's a free agent, Merrifield's a free agent. I think it makes sense for the Royals if they wanted just to let go of Whit Merrifield after this season. He's like going to be 35, maybe 36 at that point. And I think it just makes sense for them to kind of part ways at this point. You've won a World Series. You've been a long-time Kansas City Royal. Fans love you. You will be seeing some regression here going into the next few seasons, and it just kind of makes sense. But you guys can see the numbers there for some of our players. You got Shane Baz with a nice ERA. You've already seen some of our starters here, our regular starters. Kate Gavalli, unfortunately, CPU did not get him in through simulation. But Matt Olson, moving him around here. I want him batting either like 4 or 5 in that 4 or 5 hole. Salvi's actually moving down to the 7 hole in the lineup just due to how much star power that we have at this. So he is getting a little older. The knees are starting to get a little creaky, right? So it's going to be tough for him to maintain a really good hitting performance and good hitting production going forward into this series, and for his career, I should say. But I'm turning injuries off for this simulation because I just don't, I want to get credit for the team that we put together. I don't want any random injuries happening. Plus, I don't want to manage it. I just want to see what's going to happen if we sim the entire season. Did we construct a roster that was, in the playoffs? Would we have made it as far as we did in the playoffs? Because most of the playoff games were user gamed, right? So I want to see, could we do it on our own, without the help of a user, without me controlling the hitters, without me controlling the pitchers? What would this team have done in the playoffs? That's what I really want to know. And it's obvious that this team's a playoff team, right? We're 11 games above 500, 51-40, and the Yankees are still ahead of us as far as games that have been won. But look at the Rangers, by the way. We've had a couple custom prospects on the Rangers. Miles Hendricks being a pitcher. I think Douglas Taylor, a first baseman, that was traded over there. So yeah, there's a couple custom prospects over in Texas. I was really hoping that we would have gotten a lot more support on this series, just so that we could have kept going with it and really see how those custom prospects were going to keep their career going. I wanted to see Texas in the playoffs. I wanted to face off against them. Would have been really nice to see. But talking about custom prospects, guys, you see some of the numbers here up on the board. We've got Daniel Lynch is actually pitching really well right now. He's up to an 86. Singer's up to a 91. So our pitching, our young pitching, guys, is really coming through. But to get back on point here, if you guys want me to give you guys a custom prospect update, I can do that. If you remember what your custom prospect's name is, I can try to go find him, or you remember where he was drafted by, I can give you an email or a screenshot, message me in Discord, email me, something of that nature, and ask me, or even put in the comment section below here, like, hey Goldie, I want an update on this guy, on my custom prospects, for his career or just this season, and I'll let you know. But yeah, after this season, if we go into year 5, the CPU just does some really wacky stuff with my roster. Like, I'm talking, our minor league system had nobody in it. Even if you set the thing to auto, they just won't sign anybody. It was the weirdest thing. So I did not want to do a year 5 simulation. So this is all year 4 sim, and that's just what we're gonna call it quits with a year 4 sim. Year 5 is just nuts. So the Marlins acquire Eloy Jimenez from the Detroit Tigers. So I don't know what the Tigers are doing. Maybe they're rebuilding again. I don't know. It's like a really quick turnaround right there. But here at the trade day, the trade deadline, I don't think we need to make any moves. I don't think that that's the route that we need to take here. We've got we're loaded everywhere. I don't know who starts over Matt Olson, who starts over Salvi, who starts over Andrew Benintendi. I don't know. I think our team is really good as it is. Our bench has a lot of depth, and it's obvious here because we got 76 wins. We're 76-54 to start September. So we're one of the best teams in baseball right now, and we continue to have a pretty decent September here. I wanted to see us get a few more wins here. Maybe Chicago and Detroit we can, so there you go. 4-game win streak against the Tigers. So yeah, they're obviously doing another rebuild. The trading away Eloy Jimenez, or the CPU's just doing stupid things. That could be possible. Trade logic in MLB The Show is still broken. Tigers, finished in 4th place, so they didn't qualify for the playoffs. Yankees, Red Sox, Blue Jays, yet again making the playoffs. The East is just stacked here in this franchise series. Padres won 103 games, 103-59, just crazy numbers there. Red Sox 90-72. And here's just a little update, because I didn't catch the end of season statistics for all of our guys. So we're just going to scroll through here and find out how these guys did. I won't talk too much about this because we have to go through all the pitchers, the relievers, the position players. But I just wanted to, with the last couple minutes here, guys, just say thank you for those of you that were still supporting this series, still coming by, still watching, still leaving likes, comments, just helping drive the algorithm for this series. It never really got any traction, and I don't, this is just me speaking heart to heart. I'm not sure exactly why. Compared to the Texas Rangers franchise that I ran back in MLB 19, compared to the Detroit Tigers series that I did in MLB 18 with a rebuild. No, that was 20, I think. Tigers were 20. Tigers are also in 17. The Cincinnati Reds franchise in 2018. Those two series, Reds and Rangers, did really well for this channel. They did really well, just performance-wise, thousands of views. I don't really know where this one went wrong, and I would really love it if you guys were able to answer that pinned comment in the comment section below. Like, what did you think? For those of you that are still here watching, maybe some of the people that dropped off have not come back, so it's kind of hard to gauge their opinion if they're not coming back to watch this. If they didn't like something and they tuned out, you're never going to get that feedback. So for those of you guys that are still here on the channel watching this series, did anything about this series sort of bother you? Was there something in this series that could have been done better? What did you really like about it? What stuck you around? So post it in the comment section and answer that pinned comment question, and let me know, because I'm really curious to find out for sure, because like I said, this series just never got going, never got the traction, and it's just a really, really weird territory for me, given the fact that the Rangers and the Reds were performing so well, right? So that's all I got on that front. So we're looking at outfielders right now. Ketel Marte had another good year, 293, over 101 RBIs. It's a career high. And he had 27 bombs too, so that's a good production, good number right there. Mondesi still stealing a bunch of bags, gotta like that. Now Mickey Moniak is up to a 77. That's really nice to see for a B potential guy, age at 25, having a good year. I can't catch you the stats because it was all AAA leveled out. Brooks Rattle, one of our first ever draft picks in this franchise series, performed really well down in AAA, obviously, because now he's a 76, I think it was. Austin Hendrick up to a 72. Even though he didn't perform that well, you know, he still is seeing some progression, so I like to see that. So we won our wild card matchup, or our divisional matchup, I should say. Sorry, thinking of NFL playoffs here. First round's the wild card, no. Divisional round, we got the win there against the Angels. We will win against Toronto 4-1. So we really took it to them, and we are back in the World Series. So it's going to be Braves versus Royals. Man, we've had some cool World Series matchups, man. We took on the Brewers, now we take on the Braves. Kind of cool matchups, in my opinion. These are ones that I would definitely watch in real life instead of Dodgers Red Sox or Yankees Cardinals. No, we don't want that. We want Braves and Royals. We want Brewers and Royals. We want Tigers and Rockies. We want Indians and Marlins, like in 1997. That's what we want, guys. That's what we want. All right, so simulating the... there you go. So simulating the World Series, we get a win. It took us 7 games to get it done. And look at the low scoring, man. 4-3, 6-3, 5-4. But the losses for us, right? 9-4 loss. I think it was 17 runs. No, 14-7. There's the 7. So they doubled us up on game number 4. So we had 2 games in the other month there in October, late October, early November. We finished it off in early November. So to look at the box score here, 5 runs in the 4th inning. That's what cost the Braves. So they shut us down the whole rest of the way through, but they couldn't get us out in the 4th inning, and that's what won us the World Series in back-to-back seasons. So yeah, we constructed a insane roster. I love it, guys. I love it. Javi Baez, remember, he was a guy that we signed after year number 1. So he's been with us for 4 seasons now. No, 3 seasons. 3 seasons now. And he's been a heck of a player for this franchise. So I'm actually excited about the Tigers if they play baseball this season with the lockout going on. But I'm excited about the Tigers with Javi Baez. He's a special player, man. And there's a lot of hate surrounding Javi with all the strikeouts, but you know he's a very, very good defender, good team leader, good passionate player. Gets the fans all riled up, so I love that. Jacob Junis, 2nd in American League Reliever of the Year, so we let him go, and he ended up pitching really well for Texas. Braden Leroy was a finalist for National League Rookie of the Year for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We saw Aiton Letterman winning Rookie of the Year in year number 2 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, guys, that is going to do it. It's going to do it for the Kansas City Royals franchise. And again, if you want an update on your custom prospects, if you remember that you have them in here, post them in the comments below. Contact me in any way that you can, whether it's through Discord, email, like I said, comment section. And I'll do my best to respond and get you guys your career numbers back over to you. But again, there's the contract situations, and yeah, we did end up letting Whit Merrifield go. I did end up doing a year 5 simulation. That's how I know that the CPU like really screws with your roster. So I just was like, man, this is just way too much. I can't do this right now. We're done. We're done with this. So guys, that's it. Leave a like if you like this thing. Let me know what you thought about the series. Let me know what I could have done differently for you to, enjoy it more, or what did you enjoy a lot about it? What didn't you enjoy? Let me know in the comment section below so I can do it better for MLB 22. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for all the support on this series. As always, peace.